It's really quite surprising, the number of people from different parts of the world who can be found making the journey to a small English city an hour or so north of London. Of course, some of the passengers are ordinary tourists, but a fair proportion are there for a very different reason. So what is the big attraction that makes so many people travel so far? What makes the place so special? The answer is power. The city is the home of a world-famous company that's an acknowledged leader in diesel engine technology. So if you're looking for diesel power, then this is the natural place to come. The world needs power. Power to shift things from one place to another. Power to harvest the land and the seas. Power to build houses and factories. Power to run industries and help develop the resources of newer nations. And when it comes to power, the diesel engine is supreme. As long ago as 1932, an English engineer named Frank Perkins set up a company in Peterborough and became the first volume manufacturer of high-speed diesel engines in the world. In those days, the diesel engine was an unsophisticated beast. Dirty, noisy, thirsty. Hardly a viable alternative to the petrol engine. Yet Frank Perkins set out to change all that. 50 years and almost 10 million engines later, the company has grown into an international organization with an expertise in designing and making diesel engines that is second to none. Its reputation is based on supplying its thousands of customers around the world with power that's tailor-made for the job. Power at a realistic price. And power that's as reliable as it's humanly possible to make it.
Yeah, it's very nice, but I don't really think it's big enough for what I need.
But if you ask people who buy diesel-powered equipment what they need most, the chances are they'll choose reliability above everything else.
Engine is fitted to this. Is this a Perkins engine again?
They know there's no such thing as a perfect engine. And if there was, they know they probably couldn't afford to buy it anyway. But anyone who chooses a Perkins diesel is choosing the very next best thing.
For my application.
Oh, certainly, yes. This engine has got 113 brake horsepower.
Someone who chooses a Perkins engine is choosing a unit designed by the most experienced team of diesel engineers in the world. More than 700 experts with collective skills that have produced scores of outstanding engines and innovations that have revolutionized diesel technology.
3/16, and there'll probably be just enough sand there to support it, especially if they split the core along that side there.
Backed up by the finest design facilities money can buy, Perkins engineers are in a class of their own. Their expertise in computer techniques has shortcut the once lengthy business of designing a complicated engine, leaving them time to try out exciting new concepts in diesel power, to keep them ahead of other manufacturers in a highly competitive business. Designing and developing a new engine is expensive, costing as much as £60 million, and taking anything up to 7 years of intensive work. As many as 200 prototype engines will be hand-built by engineering centre specialists to sustain the requirements of a single test program. The engine development facility is the largest and most technically sophisticated of its kind anywhere. over 100 test cells, where engines are slowly refined to reach the demands of the design objectives. As well as meeting the need for maximum power with maximum economy, there are hundreds of more specific targets to aim for.
Size of nitrogen and carbon monoxide.
The engineers have to make sure every unit will meet worldwide exhaust emission controls. They have to discover and cure the sources of any excess noise. They have to be satisfied a unit will power equipment on any kind of gradient. And they need to prove an engine will function just as efficiently in sub-zero temperatures or the sweltering heat of the tropics. A whole world of operating conditions recreated in one arduous test after another. But toughest of all are the months and months of endurance testing. In programs that automatically reproduce the kind of work cycle of an intended application, engines will spend up to 3,000 grueling hours on the test beds. If there are any weaknesses in design, this is where they soon show up. Because every Perkins engine is designed with several possible equipment applications in mind, they spend a large part of their development program powering similar vehicles in the company's own trial fleet. Scores of other pre-production engines are installed in vehicles belonging to ordinary Perkins users for their own individual assessment and comments.
Well, this is the...
Someone who chooses a Perkins engine also chooses a team of engineers who specialize in tailoring the basic unit to the customer's own equipment.
What about the turbocharged engine?
Well, the turbocharged engine, and that we fit exhaust valve seat inserts. And the material...
Years of experience of working closely with equipment designers ensures that every version of the engine is exactly right for a particular job.
And they're actually pressed in our production.
Yes.
Even though Perkins customers are spread throughout the world, the company's engineering support and technical know-how is always on hand. Whatever the problem, a fairly normal application or an ingenious new idea that breaks fresh ground in the use of diesel power, Perkins engineers have the background experience to make a valuable contribution to the success of a customer's project. The more a Perkins application engineer gets involved, the more he can make sure each equipment manufacturer receives the maximum benefits from choosing a Perkins diesel unit. But there's no point in designing quality engines unless they are manufactured to the same high standards. Perkins engines are made in 20 different countries to the same exacting degrees of care and skill. Altogether, Perkins has a worldwide production capacity of over 500,000 engines every year. But with around 20 engines in the range and as many as 1,500 different versions required to meet customer specifications, the production organization needed is exceptionally complex. The company's expertise in advanced computer techniques has once again provided the answer to production planning. With a magnetic identity card for each engine, every single unit can be logged through the system and traced to its exact position in the production process. A vital benefit if promised delivery dates are tight.
Yep, they're on for next week, so that means we can ship them to you by the end of the month, and I'll then send you a telex to say what ship they're on.
Maintaining manufacturing quality is one of the company's major priorities. Stringent systems of checking and cross-checking all the production processes are designed to make sure that quality standards are strictly observed by everyone from beginning to end. Even the production workers themselves have formed local committees in different areas of the factory to plan ways of improving product quality even further.
Well, this is the thing that we're trying to wash it, but they never came to see what the result is with spraying them.
Can we gauge some of that, some of the features and see how it goes? Certainly.
As a final quality safeguard, every potential supplier is vetted by the company's quality assurance engineers, and frequent spot checks make sure that their production methods and inspection procedures remain within strict limits.
What's the service finish requirement on this? 125 micron. So it looks well within that. We'll perhaps check it on the Sertronic.
As each Perkins engine leaves the assembly lines, every unit is run under its own power in the special production test cells. Computer control programs automatically monitor all the vital engine systems to see they function as they should, and the data is logged on the unit's own computer file. Should it ever be needed, the company has a complete life history on record of every engine it produces. By the time a Perkins engine receives its protective color coat and is shipped away to its customer, every possible care will have been taken to make sure it will provide a lifetime of trouble-free power. But the company's commitment doesn't stop at the factory gate. Whoever chooses a Perkins engine will reap the added benefits of the world's largest diesel service network. With 2,000 outlets in 160 different countries, it's comforting for equipment users to know that wherever a unit is operating, local Perkins-trained expertise is never very far away. Whether an outlet is a fairly small operation, mainly catering for the servicing needs of local farmers, or an important distributor with the whole range of facilities that can even completely recondition an old unit, each one is hand-picked and strictly controlled by Perkins service specialists. The highest standard of after-sales care is vital if an operator is to get the best out of his investment in a Perkins engine. And in Perkins offices around the world, a small army of service experts supply local dealers and customers with a technical backup that no other diesel manufacturer can surpass.
4162 Service Department.
Hello, Eaton Forklift Trucks. The fuel pump time is pretty critical on the V8 540.
How many combines have you got operating there?
The setting pressure is 210 atmospheres.
So now we want this book, and on page 19...
Another major part of the service division's work is to provide specialist training for customers and dealers' staff. In courses that last from a couple of days to 2 or 3 months, highly experienced service engineers pass on their technical know-how to students from all over the world.
We're going to take the radiator cap off, and we're going to check the water.
As you can see there, that is fed.
Other locally based Perkins service experts keep network staff in their area up to date on the latest technical developments with short training sessions on site.
Is there an excess fuel device for this pump?
Yes, that little lever we see here, if pushed in the position here, as soon as the engine starts, this will go back to its normal position.
Special training can also be arranged for specific kinds of users of Perkins powered equipment. Whatever the application, the company has accumulated years of practical and useful experience to pass on to its customers. All part of a total after-sales commitment to make sure operators have a sound basic knowledge in diesel systems. Overseas travel is such a feature in the lives of so many Perkins people that one of the world's largest travel agents has a permanent office at the Peterborough plant. But the service specialists and instructors probably travel the most, spending up to half the year visiting and inspecting dealer outlets around the world. As far as a Perkins customer is concerned, his local distributor is Perkins. Every outlet in the worldwide network is encouraged to keep in regular contact with the Perkins-powered equipment manufacturers in their area. Apart from getting to know and understand a customer's business more thoroughly, a close working relationship has important two-way benefits. And if there should ever be any problems, the Perkins representative is in a position to get them sorted out with the minimum of inconvenience or disruption to a customer's production schedules. With over 5 million Perkins engines in use throughout the world, an efficient parts operation is not just desirable, it's essential. Whoever chooses a Perkins engine also chooses the best diesel parts service there is. Every one of the 2,000 Perkins dealers carries a comprehensive range of engine parts and is backed up by huge stocks of parts strategically located in every world market.
Lovely.
Bitte sehr.
Dankeschön.
Und hier ist Ihr Beleg dafür.
Wiedersehen.
Dealing with over 27,000 part numbers takes a lot of organisation. There are regular stock orders for every outlet to fill, transport arrangements to be made, and emergency orders to be rushed through the system and dispatched within 24 hours. Again, the computer is there, helping to solve customers' parts queries by calling up all the relevant information about every individual engine held on the master files. Quality design, quality manufacture, and the most comprehensive diesel after-sales support in the world. Good enough reasons for choosing Perkins engines. And whoever makes that choice is in very good company. Over 500 of the world's major equipment manufacturers have come to rely on Perkins diesel power. Power that's as reliable as possible. Power that's as economical as possible. Power that can be serviced and maintained anywhere. Power that's expertly designed to do a specific job and do it well. In the end, it's really not so surprising why so many people travel so far to visit this small English city. Although Perkins is now a successful international company, this is where it began so long ago. Since that time, Perkins has made Peterborough a powerhouse for the world.